Welcome back to City Skylines Sitzhafen build. So we're going to hopefully today try and finish off the little lake villages here. I'm going to shove another one in here, and I'm going to terrace this one just a little bit so that it uses the kind of slope of the hillside here. I don't want to go past this gorge. We might get a road over there, or we might just leave the road. So I'm going to start building my little road network, and that can curve around like that. Oops, I've just realised actually that I've still got this blimmin' tree anarchy tool on, so I have to get rid of that. So what we do is we'll just curve that one around like that. Okay, and then maybe like that. So hopefully none of that's too steep. Yeah, that looks okay. We'll get some straight ones and we'll run them like this. And then I can probably afford to run another curved road. Yeah, this is going to have to be curved along that sort of contour there. Very good. Now the main road that goes past, I think we'll just we'll continue it to there, but we're going to have to bridge over this somehow. In fact, I don't want to bridge at all. I'm going to stop that main road. I'm going to drop it back to about here, and then we'll just bring it to a halt like that and run it down. This is going to be quite a small village, this one, smaller than the other ones that I've made. We do have a contour that kind of curves around there, but I don't think I'm going to use that. I'll use that. So there we go, there's our little village. I'll just shove a couple of houses in there. In fact, I can run this along a little bit further. Good, we are done here. So it needs to be connected to the electricity network. I'll run a line straight down from the turbines at the top. And we'll run that line into there. Water we'll get from across, run the water pipes underneath the lake, and like that. And then we'll start populating with houses. I'll get a couple of really small individual ones running along there and there. Maybe to get some 2 by yeah, that'll work. Okay, we'll get a couple of get a row in there, a couple of longs there, and then just one up the top. There we go. So that's filling out that little village, the third of the small regional districts, or little lake villages rather. In the future I'd like to be able to get some recreational stuff going here. I don't think we can do that yet. We've got shipping, but I don't think we've got a little kind of recreational sailing port. No. It's only ferry infrastructure. We don't want to do that. Now we can continue building down here. And I think a second super block would work quite well. Got a bit of cash, so we can afford to do this. And we'll go down to there, and then we'll go 50 across. Ah, we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4. We can go for another row on this one too. Which actually makes more sense. First, we'll do that first. And then I'm just going to expand this out to there. In fact, I'll suck this one in as well. And that is set to the Central European theme. I'm hoping I've got themes working now. We'll soon find out when we try to paint this in with residential. Give it water, make sure the water runs to the edge, and I know it's got electricity. That house doesn't have water. Are we running out of water? I wonder. It just needs to. No, it does have water. Okie dokie. Bit of demand for industrial stuff, so we can add some more over here to our industrial development. This one will go like this, and then I'll run a few of these little streets. Okay, that's pretty wonky. I don't think I like that at all. It's a bit too wonky. Yeah, we'll just do a bit of this. Okay. So this is going to be all industrial in here. The pipe needs to go probably from there. And then one from there. It will have electricity already, so we can zone this in now. Oh look, I'll just do that. That's all I need to do for now. Now let's just check for natural resources. Do we have any more? Isn't that one? Where's the... Okay, we've got lots and lots of forest. There is oil over there, and then we've got prime agricultural land. Holy moly. So really the prime sort of agriculture I should be doing is really forestry. So more of this kind of stuff. Now this can be part of the same industrial park as what's on the north side of the railway line, the highway. What I might do is actually connect these across. I might run a road like that, and then okay, that doesn't work at all. That power line does not work. What I'm going to have to do is shove a single industrial plot in there. That'll take the power across. These guys are going to have no electricity. Okay, then this needs to go to there first before it comes down. Nice. And then we'll do the same here. We'll go 12 down to 3 and into there. Brill. Yeah, they've got no electricity. So how are we going to get them there power. Could run the cable from over here. Gonna have to, aren't I? And then delete this one. Jolly good. It's really polluted in around there, so we have to fix that up. This is just looking weird. This commercial park. I don't really know what I was doing with that. So we need more commercial development. Now we've got this large area over here of commercial. I'm keen to replicate that on this side. So I'm going to take that same line, which is there, I think, and run that to there. And then we'll do a similar thing with these. With this side, is build a strip of commercial. This fill out with the EU style. It hasn't really. The themes don't really appear to be working, which is a bit annoying. Still haven't got my themes working, but never mind. It's not too much of a big deal. I've got a really diverse range of buildings for the city, so the fact that it's not so uniform isn't such a bad thing. My income is holding nicely. Oh, these new ones appear to be taking the EU theme. These nice little corner ones that are doing this yin and yang kind of pennies. This yin and yang sort of situation. Very nice. Did that. Oh, that industrial unit did not get filled in. Still a little bit of demand for industrial, but they've actually got plenty of developable lots over here, so I'm not too concerned about that. Money's not nearly good enough to bother buying a... I've got a loan though I can pay back. 47k I owe them. I could pay that off. That would save me 253 euros a week. But I don't think I'm going to bother. I'll keep the balance. Our little village over here is now built out. So as you can see, up against the hillside there, we've got that village. Got this one across the road, across the lake, and then there's one on the far side of the lake there. Let's check our healthcare. These guys have no healthcare. It's probably time to build another clinic then. And I think the clinic can probably go almost between the two. There's a power line we can get rid of. What we'll do is no. How are we going to do this? Aha! Let's take power from there to there, and you've got power from there to there, which means we can now remove this line here, and hopefully now we can put this medical clinic in there. That's a good spot for it. There, good spot. Policing. Policing is needed over here. The nearest other police stations. Oh, that's fire. Yeah, they probably do need a fire station over here. I wonder if we can dump it there. or dump it here. Spending all my money. Policing. Policing's okay till about here. These guys have no policing. These guys have no policing. I think we need a country police station. Up here somewhere. He's got no water connection. To be fixed. So we've got a police station up here. This is our country. And it services the lake. It's the lake police. It should go down on the waterfront actually. They can have little boat police down on the lake. Burnt through a bit of cash doing that. We're up over 4,000 people. Don't know what the next growth marker is. Is it time for a unique building? The Statue of Wealth. Friendly Neighborhood Park. Shove that in the middle of there. Shove it there. What else have we got? Lungs of the city. Vast area filled with trees. Looks like we need some more residential. Built out over here. So we'll go with one more. More of these. Build you down to there. You down to there. You down to there. Residential. You can see now the impact that this series of blocks down the bottom here is having on this access road. It's starting to get very busy in here. This is all going to congest up. These guys are going to need their own industrial development down here somewhere. But I've got this in mind still. This port area. So I'm still very out of city limits. Could shove in a small industrial section here with forestry. That would mean these guys have got commercial, residential and industrial all kind of for themselves, shall we say. Let's connect that up down there. That's a 3-lane, isn't it? Is that a 3-lane? No, it's a 2-lane. It's this road here. I can upgrade this. Is it the same type of road? Nope. Now it is. Good, good, good. These guys are talking about water problems. So we're going to need now to make another water pipe in. So we go with a water pumping station here, I think. We'll go with a eco outlet over here. We'll connect these twos up. You to you. Then we'll go from there to there. And electricity we'll take from here to there to there. They've all got pumped now. Good. So I've got a second water collection area over here. These guys are slowly filling out. Very American looking. It's not using the building themes at all, it seems. This guy's going to need another road over the highway. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this line here. Do that, and that gives us access at this end. How's our chances of building that rural railway station coming along? We can't build lines yet. Okay, and I can't afford the station either. What I'll do then is I'll focus on the metro. So what we need is, first of all, which we can't afford, we need 8,000 before it will let us build that one. Buses maybe. Non-stop bus terminal. Bus depot. Biofuel bus depot. That's what we're going to build. We're going to build the biofuel bus depot. We need 40,000 though before we can do it. Let's turn off the transport. Okay, we can turn off road anarchy for now. Traffic's getting pretty messy over here. That is a busy road. We knew that was going to happen, didn't we? There's a few people starting to use this one. People now. I'm actually tempted to buy a whole new plot, and no, but we've got this area out here. We've already done this here, haven't we? I can build a new city area inside this. We take a line down there and we can fill this in completely. Just make it one massive big block. But not now. I'm going to use what we've already got for development for now. Just slowly fill it out bit by bit. 1,450 per turn for there. Per week rather. Demand's on its way back up, so we'll shove in another series of those. And now we can do the road network in this super block. Although the traffic's not bad, we don't really need it, but we can now tell these guys to go this way. These guys to do that. These guys will go north. They'll go north, they'll go north. They'll go north, and they'll go north. We go westward along here, except for the central square, and then we go southward down this way. Southward, southward, south, and south. There we go. So the street pattern is done for that one as well. So this one's got the proper pattern. This one doesn't because it's not a super block. It's not the full size. This one will eventually have it as well. So time for this little industrial section that I want to build over here. This forestry. Or should I just keep dumping industrial over here? I wonder if that's a better idea actually, because they've got quite easy access to the motorway here. Much easier access to the motorway. That's what we're going to do. Okay, not quite square, but too bad. Industrial. Let's see, that demand fell out. Hopefully soon. Check our electricity. Okay, we're going to need more electricity. Stick a wind turbine in there. Good resource up on the hill here. This place is a bit of a mess, but I like it. All these Williams buildings. Who are these guys? And why do they own all the industrial buildings? This is where we started. Back in the early days. What I might do is actually try and just tidy this up a bit and make it look a bit more user-friendly. Add some trees in to border those two towns from each other, but I don't really want to spend money on that because money's too tight to mention. Simply Red? Could be. Someone from the 80s anyway. Rayful, no. Right, I'm just clicking around, randomly scanning different sections of the map really. This is probably a little disorientating, but I'm trying to get a feel for where I might add the next blocks in. That's a real shambles over there, and a lot of this isn't necessary it seems. Look at this. These roads aren't being used. That one's not really being used. There, that made everything look a lot prettier. A lot of boat traffic coming down this river. And then cargo traffic coming out here. So this will probably be our ferry port there maybe. Don't know what that's going to be. I think we can just stack industrial around there. Probably put a Statue of Liberty out here on the point. That could be quite nice. But these are plans for much later on. Our next row of of residential here, and this block can be added in. No. Boom. That's that done. Okay, the pressure seems to be maybe have been relieved on here since that road went in. And what I'll do then is I will I'll speed limit these guys right up here. So that's only 50, that's only 50, 50, 50. I think we can go with 70 down this whole stretch. Seems a bit excessive to require vehicles to travel at 50 on this very straight, well separated road. And then that's 50 there. That can be 50 there. Yeah, that's better. I actually think this can all be 53 here too, because these are basically one-way streets with no real... I don't see any massive risk of accident. Coming off the motorway going from 100 to 30 is pretty insane. So let's let them just slow down to 50. Okay, good. A little bit of micromanaging the traffic there. They will probably populate these roads more too, given that it should actually tell the vehicles they've got a faster trip now if they use the road that they can go 70 down. $4,416 populace. I want to see that climb up over 5,000, but I don't think 5,000 is my next milestone. I'm pretty sure 8,000 is the next milestone, and that's a long way off. That's double what we've got now. Okay, I'm going to rename this because we've got Wieden up to the north. I'm going to call this Eiche. So that's now named. And Primrose Square is... Actually, I'm going to do some tricks here. I'm going to remove Middle Hills, and I'm going to expand this one. So that's all part of the same. I'm going to rename that Hof. There we go. That's good enough. Garland District is wrong. And this can be Dorf am See. This can be Seedorf. And this can be Seelingen. Okay. I haven't named those other two yet. I just want to get rid of these default names where they are. That's good. That's good. That's good. We need another high school. Don't have the cash for it. it may be time to start building a few more amenities. These guys have no amenities down here, and neither do these lake areas. We could actually do with a cool Japanese garden right on the lake. That would make sense about there, perhaps. Or here. Or there, or there. Let's just see, is this going to go into the lake if I put it here? It's a very steep downhill. What I might do then is try and bring the land up just a bit. We'll try and level to there, basically in a little pattern along like that. Okay. So then we can shove this park in like that. There we go. It's a little Japanese garden right there. Across the road we'll put in some car parks. We know how much these people love their car parks, don't we? There we have it. It has water and electricity. So there's a bit of a park there for people who like parks. And I'm going to actually just repopulate some trees. Make sure it's nice and oh, the first person has arrived. Off you go, buddy. Commercial demand. Now, I was going to build these 2-unit actually no, I'll just do that. So here we've got some 3-wide commercial blocks. We'll see what kind of buildings we get out of those. Oh, I think that might actually be the same width as there, so it's probably going to be the same style of building. And here's where we're going to put our offline to go into the train station, which will eventually wind up over here. 4,500 has been passed, and we have not gained a bump in the city. 5.5 is what we need. Yeah, 5.5 is the next. So 1,000 people more, and then we go to the next level of awesome. So with that said, we're going to try and get to it. The target. And we're going to go pumping in the residential. And then I want to get this going. 8,000 before we can do the high density resi. That's annoying. I think it's time to look over here now and do some of this beautification. So I'm just going to randomly plop trees in these fields to make them look less I don't know what the word is, just to make it look less like there's just a road that ends, which is exactly what does happen, but I don't want it to be so blatant that these houses, everything here could expand theoretically, and I've put artificial limits on it basically. So we're gonna trees in there. A few around the back of these guys. A few in through here. But these ones, it's quite small, these ones. Good. Makes a bit more sense now. Then we can do the same here and just connect this up with a few trees to make it look like the forest actually consumed this whole area once, and that the towns have been built inside the forest, as opposed to what's really happened is that the forest was built around the towns. Cheeky people. Okay, a couple of random coloured ones just to break things up visually. Some pines. Cool. We'll basically put a little mini pine forest out the back of these guys. And spread them through. There we go. That area is looking quite cool now. Just needs a little connection in here too. We don't want those redwoods, they're too big. Oops. And that's pretty much it. Lovely. So now you can see we've got this pretty much band of forest which goes all the way through here. I'm trying to connect up these forestry areas. Now, time I think to go and give ourselves some more industry, but there's no demand for it, so I'm actually not going to. Should I build? No, I cannot buy any more. Cannot buy any more territory. And we still have a little demand. How did this lot work out? Okay, so it's basically gone with all of that style almost exclusively. That's okay. One more. One more. Yep. This will be the last one for this block. That block is done. Probably needs water to the end, yes. What we may try and do here is put in some resi, just a few individual resi blocks, for example. It's going to be a very busy corner. I think that probably needs commercial on the corner. We can do commercial over here as well on this corner. These guys are doing fine over here. Just square that in. We've got good potential for development down here as well. Oh, this would make for industrial. There's the forest. Like that. I'm not going to do it now though. A lot of traffic around here. What is all this? Trucks joining that motorway. Yeah, this is where I want to build out the industrial. I'm going to stick with it. I'm not going to be tempted by trying to chase forestry production. Connect that up to there. Ah, there's a bung intersection right here. So I just spotted that. I saw it flicking. I saw the graphics flicking. Okay, so this needs to be a one-way that goes up to the north. Yep, that's fixed that. Now these guys need their one-way system too now. Although there's so little traffic in here, I think we can leave it for a bit longer again. Services. Garbage is fine. Health is fine. Fire's okay. Police is okay. Yeah, I've still got this high school problem. Maybe I need to take another loan. Did I pay off that other loan? Oh jeez, I didn't. I need to wait now till my income comes back up, so I can afford to buy a high school. Let's go for extreme fast. And we'll just sit here and watch it for a while. We could actually do some citizen watching. Let's pause. We'll go grab someone who's coming off a motorway. And we'll follow him in. So you. Let's follow you. Here we go. We'll follow this guy. Coming over the bridge. Moving to the right lane, turning right here. Oh, there we go. That was a quick trip. Nothing so fantastic about that one. Let's get someone else who's coming into the town. What about this this guy here? Oops, you? Can I select you? Yep. It's an electric car, this one. And he appears to... Oh, the truck in front. Wow, that was risky. Okay, so this guy appears to be just hitting the motorway. I don't think he's going to be going into town, actually. We'll follow this guy for a while. Coming up to... No, this guy's heading out of town. Now, I actually can't exit this camera mode. Once I'm in it, it refuses to allow me to exit. So we're going to have to follow this guy all the way to the edge of the map. This is Nancy Graham. She is leaving the city. What we'll do is we'll speed her up. I'd overtake that truck by now. Oh, there we go. She's gone around the truck. Up by this. Get out the road, dude. What are you doing? You're in the left. Oh, she's undertaking there. The road rules clearly aren't the same as they are in Europe. Stuck behind this guy. There's a truck overtaking a truck overtaking a truck up there. That's terrible. Heavy traffic should not be allowed in the central lane. Okay, and it's bluing out now because she's disappeared. There we go. And we've gained a few cents while that's been happening. Population's now just at 4,700. This area around here is still very popular. Crime happening in the park. That's dodgy. Bit of population growth happening over there. Bit of population growth happening there. Good, we're all built in. No, cannot buy another one yet. Halfway to being able to purchase the next land area. We've got a fire happening in the industrial park that's fortunately been put out. Really trying to save up for a school here. A high school. And I think once we build that high school, it'll be the first one actually. We haven't built a high school yet, I don't think. If I go to education and I select high school, oh, I can now build one. Oh, there is a high school over there. But these guys need one. And so they shall have one. It's big. High schools are big. They take up a lot of space. Is there a smaller high school? Smaller footprint? Yeah, this one's got a smaller footprint. I might put it here, or I might put it up here actually. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And I think I've just had a cunning / not very cunning plan. This road needs to be centered. I'm going to center this. There. Across. That's better. Just looks better. It's now in the middle of these park areas. Residential demand just went flying up. That's because of the high school, I believe. I'm just not sure where I can build this residential stuff. I know if I do build it, it'll fill out quickly because the demand is definitely there. That's one hell of a busy road. think my residential is just about built out as far as it can go. Don't think I'm going to get any more population growth with the residential areas I currently have. So I'm going to need to build some more. What I'll do is I'll do this. And I'll plug one in here. Let's check it's got water. Yep. So I'm just going to fill in, or try and fill in the odd square here and there now. I can probably put one in here like this. That one's already filled up. Don't want to put houses right up against the line there. We can, no, this has got to stay clear. I've got to keep that clear. I wonder if this can be residential. I think it can. Either side of... car park and schools and things. Now this power may not be needed anymore. It's not needed. Good, we've got this little row of these houses. They're filling in that gap nicely. Can I do the same up over here? I think I will. I think I'll build a couple of roads in like that, and we'll just residential these as well. They'll fill in very quickly. Those two blocks there, they got removed earlier when I changed the direction on those roads, so that actually gives me some nice resi right in the heart here, which I'd lost that I can recover. Car parks, yeah, car parks, okay. 4940. Coming up on the 5,000 population mark. Put the commercial stuff that's about to be demanded over here. Block out those two. It gives us another little bit of a... So I've got quite dispersed commercial strips. I've got this strip here, I've got a block there, a section here and a section there. The commercial areas are all very far apart from each other. Build this. Oh, that won't go. That won't go to there. Have to leave that as is then. Can I double lane this without killing my... I can. I can do it. Killing the high school. It gives me a nice strip down the center here, which I can up the speed limit on to 70. Good. 25 people away from the 5,000 mark. Where can I build some more residential? Where have I got a little bit of space? Don't want it in there. These villages are filled out. A new block, perhaps? I don't really have space either side of these two. It may be then that I have to build a farm. So what I'm gonna, a farming community. So what I'll do is, I'll block this out. And then I'll block that out. And then I'll take a road off here. A farming road off to about there. And then I'll curve this one. Straight lines now. Okay, we're going to build it basically another farm, rural village, like we've done some of those other ones. Okay. So this will then become, we'll go from there. So that connects into there, run along this road, go up to there and along this road. So everybody's got water. We will put some high density or medium density residential in this area here. Start blocking these out. Going to be a noisy village though, in between the railway line and motorway. Something rather ick. Osteck. And this is gonna be agriculture. So we'll shove in a couple of industrial buildings just. Okay, that's got all of them. Don't need the power line now because they've all connected up. Go. Another village. Now we're well over 5,000 people. It's not as noisy as I thought it might be there, actually. I'm sure the map shows a lot of noise. Let's go to the noise map. Wind map. Traffic. Don't actually see a noise map. There. Okay, it's not so bad. The noise from the motorway actually doesn't quite make it to these houses. The noise is being generated internally by the agricultural activities, which is good. It's quite a nice noise map, this. You can see how noisy industry is. The wind turbines are quite noisy, industry is very noisy. Apart from that, we're not doing too badly here. $51.45. What? These guys need water. You're right, they do. You're absolutely right. Commercial demand. These guys have got good access to the shopping commercial area over here. What I think I will do is just block that out with kind of thin commercial. I'll do that there. Don't know why these guys are turning there and then going around there just to get in here, because this is faster, the outside. It seems odd that they would do that turn and then... Never mind, they're doing it. I can't stop them. I can try and disincentivize them by... I've got a fire here. Have we got a fire station nearby? No, we don't. Right, these guys need a rural fire station. There would be a good spot. There it is. Local fire station. My income's up at 85k now, so we've gained quite a little bit of income on the back of building out some of those residential areas, keeping everything not too heavy on the infrastructure. I've got residential demand and I've got 300 population to go. Right, we're going to push now for this 300 that we need to go across into 5,500 and get our next town. So I think I need to find a place for it. I need the motorway to come down through here, so I'm not going to go that way. And I can't see any major roads being put in this space here. If these guys need access to a motorway, they'll either go to that intersection or they'll go across the highway. So I think I can build a settlement of sorts here, but I'm not going to use a super block. I'm just going to go with kind of the contours as I see them. Let's do that. We'll do a curve. this can be a small road. Don't need a big road for there. We'll go with a small road in here. We'll run a small road from there to there. Okay, so we've got our last town that should take us over the 5,000 mark. That's the goal here. So I'm going to just bring this water pipe to there. And then we'll run that to there. We'll go up here. We'll go up here. And then we need to run that to there, and then we can connect it in across there to the other village. There we go. So we've got our water supply. We'll run a power line from there to there, and we'll start blocking in some resi. That's a massive block of residential there. See what happens when we block it out. Now is this dual line here? It's going to be tricky getting this railway station built because I've got twin lines coming through. Not quite sure how I'm going to achieve it without making a real mess of that line. These guys are filling out. Very nicely. I think a commercial block there would go quite well. The industrial blocks over here are building out now, these farm agriculture industry. And you can see it's gone mostly with these glasshouse structures, which are good. Alright. Well on our way here. All the rest can be zoned in now. Yeah, let's go there and there. Then we'll zone in all of this around the back here. And we're done. That area is complete. I will do a bit of the same here as well. That also takes us up to the forest here, which is a natural boundary for development. So I'm going to leave it at that. We are very, very close now to our next development goal. These guys aren't building out. There's demand for industrial, but it's not really building out, so I'm not quite getting the growth that I want just at this point. a health clinic is needed, which I think can go here. It's a bit residential there, but it's next to the commercial, so should. Fire, police, schools, elementary schools, high schools, university we cannot build yet. Lecky, aha, we're running low on electricity. Question is where to build the next. Looks like we can go with an offshore over here. We've hit the 5,500. We are a busy town, and we can now start putting offshore wind turbines in. I'm going to shove one in here. Generate 20 megawatts. These are huge. I think this is a mod one though. It's a solar and wind combined. Generates a lot of electricity. Quite expensive, but it'll really solve any supply problems I had. So we've done it. We've hit the 5,000 mark. We'll now start building public transport networks. We've got hospital, and we have, oh, we can't build university. Hospital, police headquarters, recycling, which we've got already. Water treatment can't occur yet. Opera house. Oppression office. That's impressive. Good. Right, we've hit the 5,500, which is what I wanted. Gives me probably new roads too. In fact, it does. Oh, I've got these super intersections I can build now. New roundabouts, modded roundabouts, a whole selection of other roundabouts. I now have the, hopefully, the on-off ramps for the highways. Yes. Highway ramps. I can now build highway ramps, and I think, oh, look at that. Look at that. Gorgeous highway ramps. And make my day. Can tidy up this intersection now. Okay, that one still won't work and this one still won't work, so they need fixing. But this is going to make life a whole lot better. Good, so we've made it to 5,500. We've got quite the development going on. That's the end of this episode. In the next episode we'll be fixing up some highways. We will probably make use of some of these new roundabouts and things to fix some intersections, so I think it's going to be a fiddly episode. And we'll consider, no, we can't buy it, getting a hospital in and various other bits and pieces and pushing for that 8,000 population mark.